Hello, welcome all ladies and gentlemen, and today, and I actually mean tonight, is the night for the Nascar Diecast Downhill Drag Racing Tournament. This is today's track for today, and these two little unopened diecast packages will acknowledge the finish line actually. And here's where they'll drop all the way down, start coming around, then they'll make it to the end. Now let's get to the cars that are in this event. These are the 16 entering cars for today's event, including Christopher Bell, Alex Holden, Kyle Larson, Mark Jeffs Jr., William Byron, Austin Cinder, Joey Logano, Daniel Suarez, Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson, and Chase Elliott and Michael McDowell. Now, every single car that's beside each other will be going up against each other. And we are using the bracket format. If you don't know what the bracket format, let me show you an example. So if the 48 and the 20 were to go up against each other, then whoever won, let's just say Christopher Bell wins, and then these two go up against each other. Let's say the 19 wins. Then they would go on against each other. And it basically goes for the rest of the round until they're all done. And then basically in the next round they would all, I'm sure you get the point. And I just had to do a little bit of short teaching on this bracket format that we will be using for today's race. And it's going to be pretty fun. So we're going to go all the way from 16 of these race cars to only down to 2. Now, we will start with 16 cars, 8 races, and then we'll drop 8 of them after these 8 races. So if there's 8 races, we lose 8 cars. And then it'll drop down to 8, obviously. And then we'll do 4 races. We'll lose 4 cars. And then we'll be down to 4. And then we'll do 2 races and lose 2 cars. And it's down to the final 2. Now to keep in mind, just in case of incident, we do have our safety vehicles right outside of the track, just in case if any horrible incident were to happen, like if a car flipped off the track or something else. In practice, the worst crash we saw was a car flipping off of here on the straightaway, but it was not a violent flip. We've seen a ton of spins in practice right at this area, and during track building, there was a big issue right here because this race would have actually been done a lot sooner if there's some, obstacles in the track. Because you can see right here, this is due to a fault in the track. And we had to replace these 2 turns because cars were hitting the wall right here, and it literally made a 100% outside line loss. And the inside line would win. They would win. They would get here, and the other line would all the way be back here. So yeah, keep in mind just in case of any incidents, and let's just hope that we can do this in awesome style, I guess. Awesome sauce, yeah. Awesome sauce. Oh, and wait, before we get this tournament going, here pulling up to the track is our test car to test the track for today's race. And that would be the 11 Now meets next Toyota Camry. Now, he will test the track and show everything and how it works. So starting out the race at the top right here, all the way down there, and to the end. And sideways on the way down, and that was a quick move right there. Awesome by the 11, keeping the car straight most of the time until the very end. That's one of the faults of the track, but we're going to have to deal with that. Now, let's get ready for the actual race. Okay, so today's event will start out with Christopher Bell versus Alex Bowman. Then we'll go to the next two. You know what I mean. So, let's get these two down on the track and let's get things started. This is going to be an awesome race, an awesome start to this downhill drag racing tournament. Here we go. And it's a close race, but it is the 48 of Alex Bowman taking the victory. The 20 of Christopher Bell tried to get past, but didn't make things count, and they slam into this shelf, which was not an intended design, but was funny. And, well, sorry for the 20 of Christopher Bell, but he is eliminated early. A little bit of a different angle this time for this race, and we're going to see who can take the victory, Kyle Larson or Martin Truex Jr., and it's a Kyle Larson. Past the line right here. I saw him get past first. Now, they look identical, but we aren't basing it by right there. Kyle Larson with the victory. Truex Jr. is eliminated and out, same as Christopher Bell. They will go to the garage. You can see in this replay that there was actually some on-track calamity. The 19 comes to the outside, but spins the 5, slows him down. Same angle as last race. I kind of like that one better because you could see more of the track as they were going down. But it's William Byron versus Austin Cindric. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, and they both spin coming to the line, but it is William Byron coming through to win this race. The outside lane has just been out of luck this entire race. It's probably because they do not have the preferred line going down right here. But both of these cars spin around at the exact same time. What a moment. And it'll be William Byron with the victory, eliminating the 2. Let's go for the next race. And you can see in this replay how they both spun around at the same time. It's about to start. The replay is kind of slow. But you see they both hit the wall and then they go backwards at the same time. I know you can't really see them because of my hand, especially Joey Logano, but it will be Suarez versus Logano in this next race. 3, 2, 1, here we go, and it's Logano. Sliding across the line was one of them. I don't know which one it was, but it was definitely Logano with the victory here. And the 99 of Suarez peeks out ahead off of the track, but that was past the line. So Suarez will be the one being eliminated. This is the 4th race, and the inside has won every single one. Will the outside ever peek out and try to win a race? Excellent job going through here for the inside lane. And with me talking about one sliding across the line in this slow-mo, it'll show you who, slide across the line. See, 99 goes off, and then 22 rams up into the 99, hitting him to the wall, and 22 slides across the line just like that. Pretty dirty move by the 22, in my personal opinion. Hamlin versus the 54 of Gibbs here. They'll go down to the track, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get accelerated. Oh, no! And the 54 is flown off of the track. Unbelievable. All the way off the track. Has flown. Did Denny Hamlin have to do with that in any altercation? Now, we're going to have to look at the replays and see if that was my fault. And I accidentally might have picked him up and threw him. On accident. I know. But the safety crews will quickly come toward him. Safety crews here to quickly come toward Ty Gibbs. Now, Denny Hamlin has won this round, but all eyes are on Ty Gibbs, and he is seen moving around in the race car they're going to attempt to flip him over. And he's flipped over, and now he will climb out of the race car, luckily being able to walk away. And we'll have to look at the replays later and see what happened. A nasty crash here, but first, let's see how it happened. So, as soon as the 54 is let off, he just flies off and does a little tumble. He was sideways there, and I have no idea what caused that to happen. And the 11 also gets a bit sideways after that. After a wild fifth race here in round 1, we will have Tyler Reddick versus Brad Keselowski. 3, 2, 1. Let's hope that Ty Gibbs incident doesn't happen again. And it happens again. Oh, wow. And that is very, very shocking. The car lands on all 4 wheels, but I don't think he will be able to get that car back turned over. Tyler Reddick wins this race, and he is on his side. At the finish line, something must have happened to him, but I don't think we catched it on the recording as we were focusing on the 6 car, who has also flown off the track just like Ty Gibbs. It's either a problem with the outside lane, because after checking the replays, we found that he just slid off the track by himself. Ty Gibbs did. So we're just going to see what we should do because of this. But we'll just see if it happens in one more race, and if it does, we're going to try and fix this issue. Let's look at this again and see if the same thing happened with the 6 as the 54. And yeah, it seems like it's the same thing, but the track kind of shook and he hit the part of the wall that was kind of more raised than the drop part. So that brings up a little bit of questions and concerns, but we'll fix that. And the car is on the record getting towed away here after his violent accident. Exactly what happened to Ty Gibbs, but the 6 is eliminated and the 45 will move on. Let's just hope that what just happened with Ty Gibbs and Brad Keselowski does not happen again this race. If it does, we will have some changes on the track. But here we go. And I did not catch who crossed the line first. But basing off of who is in head, we'll have to check the replays real quick to see who won. Because I think I might have caught a glimpse. But I was just looking down to see if he flipped over. And you can see in this replay here that in the turn, the 12 was definitely on the way to the line first. And it seemed like the 84 almost went over the wall, just like Ty Gibbs and Brad Keselowski. So luckily that didn't happen. Well, looking at the replays, it showed that the 12 was ahead coming toward the line, but we didn't see him pass the line first. But basing by that, we're just going to count the 12 as a winner. It's my mistake. Jimmy Johnson, if you won, I'm so sorry. Well, we're gonna eliminate the 84 here, and the 12 will now move on. Some big moments have been happening in these last couple of races. Let's see who can take home the victory in this last race of the first round. Michael McDowell versus Chase Elliott. Here we go. Oh, wow. And McDowell slides on the wall, does not finish the race. Finishes the race with 2 tires off the ground. And that is just amazing to see. Just seeing that car do that. He almost went completely off the side like the 6 and the 54 did, but luckily he did not do that. And the 9 will win, and the 34 will be eliminated. Now, for this first round, the inside lane has won every single race. Now, the outside line could have won some, but those guys got thrown out into the track. they're the most vulnerable for wrecks. So 34 is eliminated, and then 9 will move on. Well, after a wild first round, these are the remaining cars for round 2. So let's go with the races for this round. 8 cars left. The first one, it will be Kyle Larson versus Alex Bowman. And then William Byron versus Joey Logano. Denny Hamlin versus Tyler Reddick. And Ryan Blaney versus Chase Elliott. Now, who will take home the victory for these races in this round and make it to the final 4? And they all have a chance of making it to the final championship race. Many cars have been damaged in the first round. Let's see if anything like that can happen this round. So the officials have decided to, in order to achieve fairness, we decided to allow the outside line cars to have a tire out front. Now, why? It's because they've been losing every single time, and we're thinking that this line right here is stopping them from winning. So we're going to see if this will change anything and if the outside line will maybe take a victory. All right, starting the first race of the second round. 3, 2, 1. Well, there goes Larson. And away goes the 38 to the win. And Larson has flipped over at the start of the race. The earliest crash so far. Just immediately, as soon as they lifted off, the car just flew out. I have no idea what's been going on. Since this is the third time that this incident has happened, we are probably going to have some track altercations. And of course, it's a good sign that he's moving around the car, flipping it over, and now we are going to tow the vehicle away. After the third time we've had this same exact accident. Let's see if it'll happen again in the next couple rounds. Again, with the outside advantage plan, we're just going to see that wreck, I guess, just fumbled it up. And let's see who can win this one. You know, we're just going to redo that race. This is unacceptable. Really. So many cars have been flying off the track because of the start. What is happening? What is happening here? But we will redo this race. Sorry to anyone else who has gotten eliminated due to this accident, but it has been going on for so long that I will just make it where we'll just have a redo every time this happens. So, unfair, of course, for the cars that have already been eliminated due to this accident, but it's getting too constant that we are going to have a redo every single time. So let's get down to the redo and hope that the damaged 24 can still hold on against the 22. Before we hit the redo, we got to hit the replay, so we're just going to see how the 24 just flew off the track, same way 54-6 did. Yeah, flies off, tumbles nose first into the ground, and major impact. Probably one of the worst impacts so far. Well, I guess we should get the redo underway. Now, if there's a redo, there will not be an outside advantage. So whoever is on the outside will have to have some sort of move to try and get to the lead. Here we go. And oh my gosh. It seems that what I saw, that the 24 made it to the line first. At least for what I saw. I was looking up, and y'all probably didn't see it on the camera, but the 24 made it to the line first. This is the first outside lane victory we have seen today. And as you can see, as they're going down the track, the 24 went off to his side and got in front of the 22 and finally took the first outside lane victory. Sorry, 22 of Joey Logano, but you'll get credit for winning the first one. Hamlin versus Reddick. Here we go. And wow, I had no idea who won that one. It looked pretty close of a finish. I'll just have to look at the replays and see who won. Let me check the replays right now. And here's the replay of this race to see who won. And letting off, see the Hamlin 2 tires off the side of the track, and you can see 45 makes it to the line first. Wasn't as close as I thought, but it's just because I didn't see it. I was more focused on the 11 going off to the side. And after checking the replays, it shows that Tyler Reddick has won against Denny Hamlin. And Denny Hamlin will now be eliminated, as Denny Hamlin was slowed down after jumping the wall for a second. Almost had the same fate as the 6, 24, 5, and 54. But luckily saved his race car. So the 45 will move on. 9 of Elliott, 12 of Blaney. Who will win? Here we go, and it's Blaney. Blaney crosses the line first. Another outside line victory today, and tough luck for the 9 of Elliott, but the 12 has taken the win and will move on to the next round, the Final 4. Now, a lot has happened this round, but not as much as the first one. Now, well, there's actually tons of incidents in this one, but we have moved on to the Final 4. These Final 4 contestants are the 48, the 24, 45, and 12. Only one Ford and one Toyota. The rest are Chevrolets and their teammates, the Hendrick Motorsports crew, taking their cars throughout this event. And we're getting word from the officials that the track has collapsed, so we are just going to fix... What is that on my camera? Is it still there? Yeah. Sorry. Let me just wipe this off. Get off. What is that? Okay. What are you? Are you a spider? What? Where's... Oh, it's gone. Okay, good. Yeah, the track has collapsed, but that's an easy fix. We can just go bop. Bop. Oh, and one of the finish cords of fallen off. But we'll just fix that. Going bloop. We'll move this one closer. The track has had a little bit of movement. Let's align these a bit more. They're aligned horribly. And now, after that, we will start the final round. Luckily, that track collapse did not happen during a race. If that happened, that would have been a catastrophe. Let's get down to the Final 4. The 48, the 24, the car's moving on. The first race in this Final 4 round. Here we go. Let's get a Final 2. And the 24 wins. Oh, and he flips over at the very end. And he will have the emergency vehicles straight toward him. But he will still be the victor of this race. He'll just be helped flipped back over. And the 48 is eliminated, having his 2 tire. He didn't even make it past off the track. But we'll definitely get that 24 fixed up. Replay on the last lap spin with the 48 and the flip of the 24. So they get going. It's side by side down the turn. 48 slams into the wall, spins out, and 24 slams into the shelf and completely turns over. Well, flippity floppity do. The 24 will move on to the next round. Yeah. Well, this is the decision to finally make up the final 2. Who will be the final 2 cars to win this tournament? Here we go, and it's the 45 across the line. He's also upside down, just like what happened to the 24. And luckily, the outside line is now finally getting some wins. But the 45 upside down, he'll have to get that car flipped back over. 12 of Blaney, kind of in a sticky situation. Kind of same situation as 48, but he's kind of more off the track here. So we'll get that 45 flipped over.
And here you can see how he flipped over. First, the 12 spins the 45. They get side by side, and he just pushes him over at the finish. Just, I don't know.
Okay, 45 is flipped over. Now he will move on. Sorry, Lenny, you're gone. All right, final race. 45 versus the 48. No, 24. What a mesmerizing night it has been tonight. Some insane races have occurred today. Now, I was expecting tons of spins and stuff, but there's only like one spin that occurred, but tons of flips today and tons of crazy accidents. I thought there would be less than there were, but it's the 45 of Reddick versus the 24 of William Byron. Now, before we get to this final two, we're going to have a little recap on everything that's happened today. Well, first of all, cars have been flying off the track, way off the track. And it just kept on getting closer and closer to start the track until we just had to call it as a redo every time that happened because I'm not dealing with that anymore. And there's also been a track collapse mid rounds, so that's been fun. And I don't know if I pointed this out yet, but the Where Now Meets Next 11 FedEx Toyota has stuck around in his hauler to watch this awesome tournament today. And it has indeed been awesome. Many great cars have been eliminated today. Some cars that I thought would make it all the way to the end, such as Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell even got eliminated in his first race. Denny Hamlin even. Tons of cars that had great potential today getting eliminated. Well, let's move down to our final two. The race that will decide the winner of this event. Let's get this party started. Now, a more festive light choice has been chosen for the final event of today's tournament. And you can see the Neon 24 glowing in awesomeness, I guess. But we'll see who will take the victory here. As soon as the light hits green, we're letting these cars go. And 3, 2, 1, we've hit green. And it'll be the 24 of William Byron taking home the victory. The 45 backwards. And he shines in the neon lights.
And of course, some awesome celebration here down the track for the 24 of William Byron. Let's see how he got it in this race. So, going down the hill, he almost gets spun, but instead brings it back to the 45. And 45 crosses the line completely backwards.
Well, what an awesome performance today for the 24 of William Byron in the Exalta machine. The lights have been turned off for more celebration. Look at these lights go. Rainbow lights. Wow. And William Byron kind of fits the scheme of this lights. But that will be the end of today's event. Tyler Reddick comes up so close at the end, but cannot make the pass for the victory of this event. And the 24 takes the win. And I hope you enjoyed this event today. And you'll probably see some more stuff happening at this track in sooner videos. So stay tuned. And I hope you like and subscribe and you hit that bell if you enjoyed this race. So, yeah. Bye-bye.